Good evening, fifth graders. Tonight we're going to be working on division. It's that time of year. We're going to be working on division, a lot of long division. I'm going to be going through the steps pretty slowly. I will tell you this right now, if you don't know your math facts yet, which I believe we all know our math facts, this is going to be difficult. So if you're noticing that this division is kind of tough, there's always time to kind of refresh your math facts a little bit, okay? First of all, we've been seeing problems like this in our math boxes at night, all right? How many 3's are in 21? That's all they're saying right now is you're dividing 21 divided by 3. We know 7 times 3 is 21, so 7's our answer. How many 30's are in 210? Well, 30 or 3 times what is 21? It's 7. 30 times 7 would be 210. How many 3's are in 210? Well, 7 times 3 is 21. Now I have to add a 0 to it. It's the same thing as we're going on with this, okay? I'm not going to spend too much time doing this mental math, but I do want to show you some long division. So I have some kids this year, or some of you that are kind of struggling a little bit with this, and now it's time to break it down, okay? I'm going to use a different color here so it's a little more fun to follow along. Whenever we're doing this right now, we're going to see how many times 3 can go into 2,622. And I want you to take one number at a time. As long as you take one number at a time and you take your time on this, be nice and easy. So first off, I want to see how many times 3 can go into the number 2. 3 can't go into 2 because 3 is bigger than 2. So I'm going to put a 0 up top here. See how I'm in the nice place value area right here? You have to stay in those areas, okay? Then I'm going to ask myself, 3 times 0 is 0. Then I'm going to subtract, okay? Keep going here. 2 minus 0 is 2, and then you have to bring down the 6. I'm going to change colors just so, because that little circuit is done. Now let's do another one. How many times can 3 go into this number down here, 26? This is where your math facts come in, kids. 3 times 8 equals 24. 3 times 9 is 27. We can't go over. We want to see how close we can get. So we know we're going to have to put 8 up here. 3 times 8 then is 24. Then I'm going to subtract. After I subtract, I must bring down a number. Once you've brought a number down, then you're going to check again. How many times can 3 go into 22? Well, 3 times 8 is 24, and we know that's too big. 3 times 7 is 21. And go ahead and subtract. Bring down the 2. How many times can 3 go into 12? 3 times 4 is 12. I want to put a 4 here. So 3 times 4 is 12. I'm sorry, I didn't change colors there, kids. 0. Once we get a 0 at the end, the problem's over. I'm not going to be showing you decimals yet, but here I'll be showing you. If we had a number down here, we'd have to put it up here. Basically, we have a remainder 0. If you have remainder 0, you don't have to actually write remainder 0. But let's say you had a 2 down there. It would be remainder 2. Let's move on to another problem here. Okay, right here. See, I have a 9. I want to see how many times 9 can go into 3,375. If I don't know my 9 facts, it's going to be a difficult problem. Do you kind of see where I'm going with this, kids? So let's see here. How many times can 9 go into the number 3? 0 times. 9 times 0 is 0. Subtract. I have a 3. I bring down the 3. How many times can 9 go into 33? 9 times 3 is 27. 9 times 4 is 36. So I'm going to multiply. 36 is too high, so I'm going to go 9 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. Go ahead and subtract. I should keep on changing colors here. I have to borrow here. This is where subtraction comes in pretty handy. 13 minus 7, we have 6. 2 minus 2 is 0. Now I have to bring down 7. How many times can 9 go into 67? Well, 9 times 7 is 63. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 times 8 is too high, so we're going to have to go 9 times 7. 9 times 7 is 63. I'm going to subtract. I get a 4. I'm going to bring down the 5. How many times can 9 go into 45? Now, this is basic facts, right? 9 times 5 is 45. Subtract, get a 0. My answer has a remainder 0, so I wouldn't have to write that. So my answer is 375. Let's keep on going here. This one's going to be easy. Everyone knows their They're facts of 5, so let's kind of cruise to here. This will be the last one I'm going to do today. Marker. Okay. How many times can 5 go into 2? 0 times. 5 times 0 is 0. Subtract. I have a 2. I'm going to bring down this 4. I'm going to change colors. 5 goes into 24 4 times. If I put a 5 up here, kids, it's going to be way too big. It'd be 25. I have a 20 here. I'm going to subtract. I have a 4. A lot of times kids forget to do this next step. Make sure you bring down the 3. How many times can 5 go into 43? The answer is 8, because 8 times 5 is 40. I'm going to subtract. I have a 3 here. I'm going to bring down the 0. How many times can 5 go into 30? It goes in there 6 times. 5 times 6 is 30. So once again, I have a remainder 0, which I don't have to write down. Okay. Please make sure you follow this. If we're doing anything with decimals, anything with remainders, it's all the same thing. First of all, you see how many times the number goes in, and then you multiply, then you subtract, then you bring down. So it's a pattern that you're gonna have to keep on going through, and it's pretty basic. Just once again, if you're struggling with this, I want you to go on Math Magician and maybe work on your 3s and your 4s, so you can kind of get some help with that. Hopefully this helped for your video. Can't wait to see you in class tomorrow, kids.